Hello everyone, I'm the writer, and to continue on my Ninjago Warriors Part 2, now we're going to look at the bonus characters first before I talk about the villains, because I need some more time to debate the moveset for the villains and skills. To be honest, I think most of us play these games for the awesome roster and amazing fun fan characters who join. I think a prime example of this is when Skull Kid and Linkle were announced to be playable characters. Those two are huge fan favorites in the Zelda series. Ninjago is no different to having fan favorites as well. So let's discuss these fan favorites that will be in the game without DLC. So in the Warrior series, there are bonus stages and maps where the player has a chance to obtain higher weapons, extra costumes, and extra characters. This is mainly to serve as a chance to pull off some insane combos, getting better weapons, and obtaining characters. There are different challenges too, and some require certain characters to beat it. There are bonus maps most of the time. So we have 3 maps. One map is the bonus elemental masters, which will have Skye, Nero, Griffin, and Karloff. Then we have the realm maps, which will include Akita, Faith, and Morrow. Then the last map is the challenge map, which will feature Sensei Garmanon, Ronin, Skye, Benthomar, and Vanya. The maps don't have stories, but I can see a fun story happening with each of the maps. Now let's get on with the characters. The only rule is that most of them will have one weapon, except for one character. They will also only have one element to go with each weapon. Sensei Garmanon. Do I need to explain why he should be added? He is the best father as well as the only one who actually taught the ninja something. He really wanted to be a father too. He really loved Lloyd. That being said, I think he would have a moveset like that of a Morrow. I think one of the most iconic scenes I can think of with the sensei is when he doesn't fight. He fights without fighting. I can see him avoiding strikes, then causing enemies to hit each other. He can redirect his enemies' attacks towards each other and poke it with a staff. As for his special, instead of a dragon like his brother, I think this could be him using dark magic and creating a portal to the cursed realm to cast his foes away. Honestly, he would be one of the most strongest characters. Morrow is a fan favorite, and with good reason too. He is strong, smart, and cunning. He also went through a lot too. He thought he was going to be the Green Ninja due to Sensei Wu's teachings. Also, he could have harmed his former teacher/adoptive father, but he didn't. I kinda wished he remained with the group, but he's in a better place now. As for his moveset, I was thinking he would have one similar to that of Wizrow, but instead of just darkness, there would be wind elements to his attacks, and be his main element. I can see him using the Realm Crystal and the Sword of Sanctuary to fight. His special can be him creating a whirlwind to pull his enemies in, and then open a portal to pull his enemies into the realm. He could even throw his sword to cut his enemies down. Morrow's moveset just must be ruthless. Ronin. I really like him. He's one of my favorite characters. He's like the drunk uncle of the group. I love how he doesn't hesitate to betray the ninjas for money. However, I saw 2 potential movesets and weapons for this guy. For this guy, I think the first one would be based on the element of water and him using his arrow blades and Rex, with some other random stuff he's stolen around the world. The moveset I'm imagining is Ravio's. Both characters aren't too far from each other in terms of occupation and alliances, so yeah, I think this would be fitting if Ronin had a similar moveset to Ravio, and even uses Rex to fight. His special would be him riding Rex, then dropping bombs on his enemies as a reference to using bombs in the game. His second weapon would be themed around the element of Earth and uses his trophy to fight. The trophy is a reference to Wu's T-Series, which is very hilarious and something every fan should watch. But Ronin tricks the ninja into a competition where he wins a trophy. I think it would be hilarious if Ronin could fight with his money similar to the time he fought the ghost with it. Heck, Tingle uses a golden statue of himself to fight. How is that not something Ronin would fight with? His special can be him throwing his money in the air and having it rain down on his opponents. Skye. I love her. I love her! I really want her to join the team and be like a sister to Nia. I also demand more Kyler moments. They are a canon couple. Please give me something. Anyway, she was given a crossbow in the sets, so I like to imagine she could fight with one. I think it would bring something interesting to the group. Anyway, her moveset would be similar to that of Linkle's, with the element of Amber. Linkle even uses fire too, so yeah, Skye fires arrows. These arrows can be different elements too. She uses light, shadow, fire, and smoke to fight, so those could be the elements she uses. Though her special can be her using fire and speed elements to launch a destructive fire arrows at her foes. Skye. I know she isn't in the show, but she is canon since her story doesn't contradict anything in the timeline. She's so cool! She doesn't need an elemental power to fight like Pixel. She's also very smart like Jay and Nia. I think she would be an awesome addition to the group, but I know they have no plans to put her in. Regardless, her moveset would be like Tweely Midna. She has a giant mirror and cannon. I can see Celie using similar weapons to her own, and with equal power. I can see her tinkering with the invention and using it to fight back her enemies. Her special can be her creating a giant cannon, then firing it at her enemies. Full blast! Oh right, the main element would be lightning. Karloff. Another awesome element to master. I really like him. He's just so wholesome. He would have the element of metal and have a choice to fight with his full metal body or not. The moveset I was thinking of is the gauntlets Link uses to fight with, though without the wrecking ball. He can lift anything, then slam it to the ground. Swing a tree around to knock back any of his enemies. Like Link's gauntlets, I can see him jumping up and then slamming his fist down on the ground to blow back his enemies. Then his special could be him summoning a machine, then ramming it into his enemies. Griffin. I think he's also a fan favorite. He looks really cool. I think he's a caring guy too, considering he worried about his family. He didn't hesitate to come to the defense of Ninjago when it was under attack too. Well, either way, he counts. So remember how Linko fights with the boots? I feel like if you run fast enough, you could do some serious damage if you time your punches and kicks right. We kind of see that with Griffin when he fights, but I feel like it would be cool to see him fight with the boots. His special can be him running around, pulling his enemies in before stopping to scattering them away. Nero. The Master of Mind is someone I honestly didn't think we'd see more of, but here we are. With the element of the mind, I think the moveset that would be the best for him is Tharja. I can see him giving his opponents headaches, setting them in place. We know from Season 9 he can influence the mind of others. He can cast his mind beams too. His special can be him freezing everyone in place, give them a huge headache, and then slam his enemies to the ground. Faith. I really can't believe she's in charge of her realm and is best friends with the god's dragon. Heck yeah, let's do it! I think her element would be either wind or lightning. I think her fighting style would be actually similar to that of Camilla, which is ironic for a whole lot of reasons, but her fighting style works. I see Faith fighting with her grapple and using Firstborn, since Firstborn works with her. Firstborn would draw the enemies in as Faith fights with the grapple. Then their special can be Faith using the grapple to tie up a large group of enemies as Firstborn launches a powerful fireball at them. Akita. I'm going to be honest, when I first saw her, I wasn't sure if I was going to like her. After watching the season and seeing Princess Mononoke, yeah, I like her. She's a wolf! I also love how much she was ready to avenge her tribe and kill Zane. That was pretty cool. So I see her having a similar moveset like Minda's wolves with speed elements because she runs a lot. She can run around, roll up her body to knock her foes down, then smack them with her tail. You can also have her fight with the dagger since she was okay at that. Though her special would be her in her wolf form, where she runs around quickly, then spinning her tail wildly to strike her foes down. She can even let out a little howl too. Vanya. I really like the princess. She's very funny and quirky. She does wear a dress, but she does fight. I also love her pet dragon. Chompy is so adorable. I love how he can grow big on his own. I also love how Vanya fights with a Naginata. That's pretty cool. You would think Cordelia or Hanoka would be a good fit for her, but after trying them both out, I couldn't see it. However, Shida's moveset was much better. I actually like how she fights, and I feel like that's how Vanya would fight. She's more elegant and princess-like. Also, her element would be based on the wind, considering she flies a lot. Her special would be Chompy body slamming his enemies as Vanya stumbles a bit, then loses her Naginata as it flies around to knock her enemies away. Benthomar, and the newest person we were recently introduced. He's actually pretty cool and would make an awesome king. Please become king. Anyway, he fights with a harpoon and uses the element of water to fight as well. His moveset should be similar to that of Mipha. Compared to Nia, I feel like he'd be more of a gentle fighter than her. Mipha is a perfect example of this. I could see Benthomar creating a water to help him fight. His special would be him creating a spear of water, swimming in the spear to launch strikes in the spear for those who are trapped inside it. I think this would be enough fan-favorite characters for the base game with 3 maps. I honestly think this would be a fun challenge for those who really want to go the extra mile and obtain weapons, costumes, and extra characters. These characters are beloved and would definitely make fans want to play the game. Also, these characters would be powerful too and could be featured in the main plot of the story. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and have a nice day. Bye!